Allez, faute. Lendl qui monte plus volontiers au filet maintenant. Il avait commencé à enchaîner service volé en début de troisième set et ça lui réussit. Un changement de tactique important. Lorsqu'il peut, il ne laisse pas la possibilité à Edberg de monter au filet.
La balle est lette.
Pas convaincu.
Reste solide. Lendl 30-0. Il attendait bien Lendl. 40-0. C'est aussi intéressant de voir que Lendl est capable de changer son jeu au cours d'un match, de monter beaucoup plus volontiers à la volée, alors que on l'avait vu contre Becker, on l'avait vu contre Connors, il s'était contenté d'attendre en fond de cours et d'ajuster les pastilles.
Il commence par jouer son jeu naturel et puis lorsqu'il sent que c'est suffisant, il garde cette tactique qui est quand même de rester au fond du court. C'est comme ça qu'il a fait sa carrière. Mais par contre, lorsque tactiquement ça ne suffit pas, techniquement ça ne suffit pas, il a suffisamment travaillé son jeu de service volé durant ses préparations pour Wimbledon pour maintenant pouvoir, le cas échéant, venir au filet. Et là, ça marche bien. Il est beaucoup moins en danger lorsqu'il vient au filet sur son service que lorsqu'il est resté au fond, notamment sur ses secondes balles. Jeu des pop-corn. Je te trouve très bien dans ta diététique. Tu arrives à tenir le coup.
Je suis parfait.
Je suis impressionnant. Je suis impressionné là.
Et encore quel retour. Oh là là. Ah, c'est plus pareil maintenant.
Quel retour. Plus du tout le même Lendl. Il était très hésitant là sur ses retours durant 2 sets et là ça a l'air de rentrer, il a trouvé le rythme. Edberg toujours un petit peu en délicatesse avec sa première balle. Edberg qui est un joueur qui joue le service un peu pourcentage, il ne tente pas d'ace. Pour faire une volée gagnante sur ce retour, faut quand même le faire. Ça a l'air facile comme ça, hein, Pierre, tu ne réagis pas, mais moi, oh, c'est grave.
30A. Ça commence au lancer de balle. Ces problèmes. Tant qu'il n'aura pas stabilisé ça, le reste ne suivra pas. Et la belle volée encore.
Arkman rebondit haut cette balle au service. Belle volée basse de revers. Et là, on aligne.
Oui, il va bien la chercher. Et jeu pour Stefan Edberg qui mène 2-1. Il semble avoir fait le trou. Wayne Ferreira a du mal à digérer sa victoire du tie-break.
Bon jeu de jambes, là, et bonne détente de la part d'Edberg. C'est pas laissé prendre cette fois-ci. Pourtant, le lob de Lendl était un lob à contre-pied. Vous voyez, il avance encore au moment où Lendl frappe, mais il se reprend bien. Bonne réaction. Et là, Lendl est tout près de le contrer sur la bande.
Il n'est pas petit, Edberg. Il fait 1m88. D'ailleurs, les deux joueurs font la même taille.
Lendl n'est pas plus grand que ça.
Non, non.
1,88,
1,88, c'est ce qui est donné. Je suis désolé.
Non, c'est pas grave, ça me gêne pas.
Ça va pas changer ton
week-end. Ça
week-end.
me détruit pas, mais je pense que Lendl est plus grand.
Edberg fait 2 kilos de moins que Lendl.
Quand le livre est sorti.
Ouais.
Bien servi.
45, 2 balles pour égaliser à 2 partout. Le jeu s'est nettement équilibré maintenant.
Là, maintenant, sur ce qu'on voit sur le cours, c'est un match complètement équilibré même, qui peut tourner d'un côté ou d'un autre à n'importe quel moment, pour peu qu'un des deux joueurs ait une petite défaillance en première balle.
Et là, c'est bon. Quel échange!
Qu'est-ce que c'est beau, ce jeu de volée d'Edberg. Il est bondissant, regardez ce cas. Toujours en mouvement.
Tente beaucoup de lobes là en ce moment. Lendl et Edberg est attentif et il ne se laisse pas prendre. Point gagnant pour tous les sets. 31 points gagnants contre 44 pour Edberg. Et encore une double faute, ça le reprend. Quand même 6 doubles fautes dans ce match. C'est pas les 13 doubles fautes de Becker, mais enfin c'est quand même pas mal. Il est exactement 10 h du soir, 4 h du matin pour vous. Aujourd'hui, c'était la rentrée des classes à New York. Et donc, on n'a pas vu beaucoup d'enfants à Flushing Meadow.
Bon passing, là il est réglé, là un passing. Beaucoup moins d'erreurs de la part de Lendl, il est mieux sur la balle.
Et tu regardes, il tente beaucoup plus les passings croisés maintenant. Lendl, ça veut dire qu'il est en confiance. Ça veut dire aussi que Edberg va devoir moins anticiper sur le passing le long de la ligne. Et donc est plus vulnérable. Et dehors, 40-30. Le bon service pour clore ce jeu. 3-2. Stefan Edberg qui ne cède pas.
Ist mögliche Ruhe eingetreten. Ivan Lendl 2:3 im vierten liegt er zurück. Darf und kann zum Aufschlag schreiten. Wieder ein langes Grundlinienduell. Und Stefan Edberg ergreift die Initiative, geht vor ans Netz. Gar nicht mal mit einem so sehr druckvollen Ball. Aber er hat Erfolg. Bringt damit Lendl in Bedrängnis. Tief gespielt und dann steht er da sicher am Netz, macht den Punkt 0:30. Die Faust von Edberg, Return Winner des Schweden. Und jetzt wird es eng für Ivan Lendl. Dreimal Breakmöglichkeit für Edberg. Schauen wir noch mal. Das war er. Das ist die Faust. Jetzt oder nie. Now or never. 4:2 die Führung. Und dann aufschlagen zum 5:2. Das wär's. Das hatten wir schon mal im zweiten Satz. Das war das satzentscheidende Break. Und der geht weg, der geht weit weg. Luftsprung von Stefan Edberg. Zu 0 gibt Ivan Lendl sein Aufschlagspiel ab. Und das könnte ihn teuer zu stehen kommen. 4:2 jetzt die Führung für Edberg. Und der schlägt jetzt auf zum 5:2. Sich hier einen komfortablen Vorsprung.
Tout puissant ici sur son terrain. 15-0. Et Stefan Edberg maintenant qui court pour enchaîner les points presque. Il la sort, mais quel retour!
Bien joué de la part d'Edberg. Beau revers, beau passing avec le dos au filet. Et Lendl a bien suivi. Superbe ce revers. Là, voilà, il va armer son revers tôt en courant. Belle frappe et Lendl ne se laisse pas surprendre. Bonne volée courte.
Fourth set. And an opportunity for Edberg to close this match out if he can hold twice. He's now at 30-15.
Well, Ted, this set hasn't been as back and forth as the third one. It's been pretty straightforward. There were no break points to that last game when Edberg jumped on Lendl and broke him at love. Lendl's not going to go out without a fight.
Right.
Just down 30 love, played 2 good points, a 30 all. Realizes this is really almost his last chance right here and now.
You will hear from Michael Chang on his terrific 5-set victory over Ferreira. Shortly, we want to bring you as much live tennis as we can. 30 all. Well, Edberg served 2 double faults in a key game that cost him the 3rd set. And there is his 7th double fault of the match to give Lendl a break point.
Well, he's certainly not going to be happy with the fact that he just gave away that point. It's one thing if Lendl hits a great return like he did the previous point, but the double fault there, 30 all after having been up 30 love, has got to have Stefan a little bit frustrated right now.
Two great returns by Lendl, and he breaks back on serve again in the 4th.
Here's the breakpoint return. Ivan taking that short backswing that we've been talking about more and more. Great return down low, and Stefan couldn't come up with the volley. We were talking about how many lives he had, Ted, going into this match. Well, it seems like he's added a few more even in this match.
He is exhausting that supply. Okay, Edberg up a break and at 30 love. Lendl comes back and gets this set back on serve.
Thank you. Quiet, please.
This is when the memories of past matches may come into play. We alluded to earlier that Stefan had 2 match points in the 1990, either 1990 or 91 Australian Open. And Ivan came back and won that match. So that's got to be something he may be starting to think about, just that tad. Smart play there by Ivan Lendl to come in off the first serve, keep the pressure on Edberg.
Has Lendl picked up his game, John, from the first 2 sets, or has Edberg's game fallen off a bit?
I think Ivan's definitely picked up his game. He's returning quite a bit better. He's winning some good second effort points, and his serve has improved a bit. But as you can see, Stefan is really attacking whenever given a chance, and that's why it was so important that first point that Ivan came in on his own. Try to mix things up a little bit.
Sixth ace for Lendl.
Edberg is still playing quite well, though, although he has had a couple of moments where he lost concentration and made a couple easy errors. Look at how many times Edberg's been to net already in this match. 100 times more than Ivan has.
The better number might be times at baseline for Edberg.
Stefan's got to remember, though, he's still in the driver's seat here. Keep his cool.
That's the 7th ace.
I had to laugh at myself just there, telling Stefan Edberg to keep his cool. Right on the line.
Lendl's going to milk this a little bit.
It's a little experience here. It's got the crowd worked up. Wayne McEwen cannot possibly overrule that call. Way too close and as far away from his side as possible.
It didn't cost me, it was at least 2 inches. We played 2.5 hours to screw it like this. Is that what we're doing here?
McEwen had just overruled on the ace. And Lendl just served, so I don't think you're going to get that 2 points in a row.
Judge for yourself here. It looked from our angle, Ted, that it caught the back of the line. It certainly wasn't clearly on there, but it did look like it caught a little bit from here.
Lendl knows, even though he just broke Edberg, this is huge right here. If he doesn't hold, Edberg serves for the match.
Smart play now. Take his time. Regroup and get back to the match. You got to give Lendl a lot of credit for the guts he's shown here to come and serve and volley once again. Obviously not known as any sort of serve and volley player. 2 good volleys to win that point.
His 30th time was a good one. And Lendl holds for 4-all. Lendl has fought his way back into this. And we also look at the way Edberg served in the first 2 sets. 75% first serves, and say it's pretty hard to keep that pace up.
You'd hope to have somewhere between 60 and 70. And he served exceptionally well the first 2 sets at 75, but dropped down to about 50 in the 3rd set. Here we have Mary Tyler Moore and Mayor Dinkins enjoying the action. That was a good serve, though, right there, Ted, but it was just a fantastic return.
Now in this set, Edberg is back up. He's at 75% on first serves. And I think you pointed out Lendl returning much better.
Lendl's turning quite a bit better than he was at the beginning.
Olympic gold medalist Kristi Yamaguchi's been here several times.
Let's not forget, though, Ted, that Stefan was up a break at 4-2, up 30 level, only 6 points from the match, so that shows that his percentage was up. Real solid playing though this game. 4 first serves, really making Lendl hit even better and better returns. Lendl's improved quite a bit, but when you're volleying as well as Stefan Edberg, it's awfully tough to break a guy twice in a row like him.
And Edberg holds. So they'll come back with Lendl serving a crucial game. Well, our final night of tennis here on USA, and we saw a thrilling 5-set match on the grandstand. Chang outlasting Ferreira, and now Lendl serving a huge game to keep alive his hopes of taking this match to a 5th set.
Both players over on the grandstand should be commended. Michael Chang showing great guts once again to win another 6-1 in the 5th set. He had beaten Malavia Washington in the previous round. And also Wayne Ferreira, who's a real up-and-comer and someone to be watching in the future. To hang in there after that leg injury that occurred in the 4th set. Ted, this here is about as good a backhand as you're going to see hit. Prepares real well and just screamer down the line. Beautiful way to start a game at 5-4 in the 4th set. You can bet your bottom dollar he's going to come in on this second serve if he's got any sort of chance whatsoever.
Talk about serving, John, when you're in Lendl's shoes here. Serving 4-5 with the match on the line.
Well, generally, you'd like to take just a little bit off that first serve and make sure you get it in. But then you know that if you take that little bit, that Stefan may even come in off the first serve. So it's a tough decision to try to go for a big serve, win a couple free points if you can, or to have to work hard on each and every point, which is also difficult. Stefan Edberg proved me wrong here. First he runs down and ball way back and outside the court and hits a better backhand than he did the previous point, or the first point of the game. Boy, what a shot to hit at love 30 to go up triple match point.
At a point he had no business winning.
Lendl really gave him a second chance, and he paid for it dearly. Tennis terminology, you call that a shot and choke. Simple as that. He made a great get off to the serve. He should have probably come in on that one because Lendl was caught off balance. And then he had probably too much time to think about that one. Still double match point, though. Just an absolutely unbelievable point by Ivan Lendl. Great forehand there. Edberg makes a great stab, and look at this great touch here. Really caught Edberg by surprise there. What an effort by Ivan Lendl there.
And stadium court roars. Lendl has saved 2 match points.
That's just great tennis right there. You can really feel the energy in the crowd. The crowd's really looking to pump Ivan Lendl up and to keep this match going. Edberg was very cool on that point, though. Good, solid approach shot. Good, solid volley. Set him up for the easy overhead. His 4th match point.
.113-mile-an-hour first serve on match point.
I think he saved his biggest serve for the most important moment right there. Huge serve out wide to Stefan's backhand. He did the same thing at 30-40, so you have to think Stefan may have been expecting that, but he just hit it with such pace that Stefan couldn't handle it. Great play again by Ivan Lendl. Serves and volleys. Good backhand volley down low. Stefan had no chance. He's showing an awful lot of heart right now.
He's auditioning for a role as Lazarus. He's passed it with flying colors. 4 match points saved.
Well, I'll tell you, a well-deserved standing ovation right there. What a game to sneak his way out of. Woo! What do you think Stefan Edberg's thinking right now?
Please, no flash photography.
You can see the confidence rising right now in Ivan Lendl. He really went after that forehand. Whipped it down the line for a winner. Here's another great return. Short backswing. Just meets the ball. Too good once again.
After all the tennis he has played here, he keeps coming up with remarkable shots.
I think he's really showing people how fit he really is. The good news for people out there is that hard work does pay off, and this is a perfect example of it. Stefan's second serve. It's a pretty good serve, but Lendl's on a roll right now. He didn't hit that as cleanly as he hit the first two shots, but the result was the same. How about if he hits another return winner here? Wouldn't that be a game? Well, he went for it.
Why not?
He's probably so pumped up right then he couldn't help himself. They talk about Stefan Edberg's second serve being one of the best in the game, and that was a great example of it right here. He really used his legs well, really got up and went after the ball. A lot of kick, very heavy serve. And a good volley to finish off the point.
And will serve for the fourth set.
I'm sorry, Ted, as a fan and getting to watch this match, I personally am very glad they've gotten the opportunity to come back and complete this. I'm not sure how the two players feel, but it's sure nice to be able to hopefully see the completion of this match right now.
And a hearty group of several thousand fans waited out the delay.
Well, you can't hit a much better approach shot than Stefan Edberg did, about 6 inches from the line. Lendl coming up with a good topspin lob over the backhand side.
Love. Thank you.
Matches 15.
People that stayed here all stayed because they wanted to see a fifth set. So now they're happy.
And that's a pretty good game from Ivan Lendl coming out of the locker room. Two great ground strokes. Last one with so much pace that even Edberg couldn't reflex it back. It certainly looks like the momentum has shifted to Lendl's direction. Lendl finally hit a ball with so much pace to the forehand that Edberg really didn't get a good crack at it. He hits the backhand cross court and a good backhand stab from Ivan Lendl, because that was a good passing shot from Edberg.
The history is that 4 times in his career Lendl has come back from 2 sets down to win a match.
I can attest to that. I was one of the victims.
Unfortunately, both of you can attest to that.
Oh, John, too?
But I don't remember.
And only once has Edberg lost a match after winning the first 2 sets. And that was in his very first Wimbledon, 1984.
Ted, you asked me the other day about what the players think perhaps when the 2 sets have been completed, if they look at it as a best-of-3 set match or how they should approach it. Well, I think in this case, after 4 sets, Stefan Edberg should look at this as if it's a 1-set match. It's very important for him to put out what's happened, especially the last set, and really concentrate, because he really outplayed Ivan Lendl for most of this match.
And Edberg does start with a strong game in the 5th set. His 8th ace.
John, at least I owed up to my loss in the finals of the Masters, but you seem to have come up with a case of amnesia about that French final that you played.
I grew up in Queens looking up to Vitas Gerulaitis, and you had to set this ugly precedent.
Of course, most recently last year for Lendl here in the first round against Krajicek.
Stefan Edberg with a really good-looking backhand return, and then set up for the down the line and just clipped the top of the tape.
Both players very good, as you would expect, in 5 sets. And Lendl. 1-all. Seems like his serve is picked up as this match has moved along.
His serve's picked up, Ted, but what I've noticed is how well he's volleyed tonight. He's really volleyed very solidly. I know Vitas was over watching that exciting Chang Ferreira match for a period of time, but I don't recall him missing very many volleys tonight at all.
Two players who don't show much emotion, particularly Edberg. Locked up in an emotional 5th set.
I think Edberg just did something good there. He stayed back on his second serve. Lendl was really starting to get a groove in the third, and especially the 4 sets off that second serve. It's a good idea for him to mix it up a little bit, I think, in this 5th set.
Edberg does that about as well as anybody, backing up his serve, really getting down well to that very low volley. You know, it was a good return from Lendl, but he gets down real low and puts enough punch on it where Lendl can't really hit a perfect lob, and he covers the overhead very well, backs up really good on it.
Well called, John.
Well, that's just another example of what I just alluded to, but that was even a great drop volley as well. Just another shot in the repertoire.
We were fearing that it was a bad front of weather passing through. It was actually fairly brief. And it would be the great benefit of both of these players to be able to finish this match.
Tony Pickard, Stefan Edberg's coach. I'm really impressed with the start Ivan Lendl's had coming out after the delay. Really hitting the ball firm. Good return. He blocked that one down low, and he stays with this ball, keeps his head down, and straight down the line. Good footwork. Ivan Lendl prepares so well. He gets the racket back, keeps his head down, and watches it go down the line for a winner.
And there is Edberg with a good first serve. And we are on serve in the 5th set.
1-2.
Not good enough. It's a good play from Lendl to try to take the net away from Edberg, because Edberg climbed all over Lendl as much as he could.
And late last night, that's what he did.
Yeah, but then finally, Lendl was able to start making a dent on his own serve, started taking the net away from Edberg, in effect, by serving so well and at times coming in. So that's the big question in this first game back. Is he going to serve and come in? Didn't have to after that 104-mile-an-hour serve.
Excuse me.
Yeah, those are his parents, Yidi and Olga Lendl.
Have to be proud of their son. He's had a tremendous run here at the Open over the years.
The last 10 years, Ivan Lendl has either won the Open or lost to the eventual champion. The last time he hadn't done that was way back in 1981 when he lost to Vitas Gerulaitis over in the grandstand. This isn't the first time we've seen this sort of resumption of play. Malavia Washington had to go and finish off his match against Henri Leconte on Monday, and that only took 6 minutes.
10 points. This will take longer than that.
Edberg's tactics haven't changed at all. Boy, he just got a little anxious on that one. He tried to climb all over that serve. Just missed.
He really only has one tactic, doesn't he? That's to get to the net as quickly as he can.
Well, his ground game is really improved. I think that's what's gotten him through his struggles of late. He's so much more solid off the ground, even though his serve has been failing him at times all year. It was a 74-mile-an-hour second serve, and Edberg makes a nice snack out of it.
Forehand that time by Lendl with tremendous depth. That ball hit, I think, about a foot from the baseline. And here's another look at it, his favorite shot. And let's see where this one lands if we get a chance. So that's an ISO on Lendl, so we won't see where his shot. It was very deep. Combine that depth with that kind of weight, the pace, and you've got something.
To Lendl. 2-all. 2-all.
He's done this before, down 2 sets. Lendl has climbed back and won 4 different times. And as you can see, 3 times they were at Grand Slams. Last year it was against Richard Krajicek in the very first round, if you remember that one. He did it against Mal Washington at last year's Wimbledon. And of course, his first Grand Slam, his breakthrough, he was down 2 sets to John McEnroe, Roland Garros.
And a break in the third.
That's right, and a break in the third, and he won that one.
2-all of this in the 5th.
He has also beaten Stefan Edberg when down match point. That was 2 years ago at the Australian Open. Edberg had 2 match points on him. The only time he's been able to do it here, though, was last year against Krajicek. Edberg, Lendl has already asked that the Cyclops be turned off.
Said I can't play with this thing.
Well, they've been having some problems with it, but it's been mostly at night when the moths that fly around set off the Cyclops machine.
Edberg serve. Notice Lendl doesn't have time to move the feet, just turns the upper body. Short preparation, and it pays off for him.
Just missed. This is in the 5th set, this action in the 5th set. Match that was begun last night. Twice stopped by rain interruptions. And this is the resumption. On serve, Edberg leads 3-2 in the 5th.
Edberg leads 3-2.
This quarterfinal match. Back in the stadium at the U.S. Open of '92. Lendl serving.
This is really interesting to see Ivan. He knows what the forward tactics of Edberg are all about. He knows that Edberg is going to be trying to come in behind Lendl's serve. And as he did in the first game when he had to, he's coming in, he's abandoning what he does best and most comfortably. That's banging a serve and staying back.
He made an awfully good half volley there, too. Got it deep with good pace on it. This is a situation you see that the winner of this match moves into the semifinals against Michael Chang. Courier and Sampras are in the other men's semifinal. And you'll be seeing those matches tomorrow. Super Saturday here on CBS. That is the 3rd double of the match.
He's feeling the heat.
Well, he's feeling the pressure of the Edberg taking the second serve and coming in behind it, so he has to try to do something extra. He has a tough sun right now. You see him checking his toss. That's a bad error for Edberg because he really wasn't trying to do that much with the ball. Just sort of in a rally. One of those unforced errors that really hurt you. Speaking of unforced errors that can kill you.
13-40.
A little bit too long a stroke here. Right here, got the open court. All he has to do is angle off carefully.
This could be the match. That backhand volley error.
Break point.
Net.
Now the dilemma, if you go for too much in the second serve, you could serve a double. If you hit it short, he's going to come in behind it.
There's a good second serve.
Was indeed. They both knew what they were going to do.
These two know each other utterly. They have played 26 times. They've each won 13.
That's when you have to be a little fatalistic, too, when you're a Lendl. You say, look, I've got to make a good second serve or I'm out.
Yeah.
You know, that's the way it is.
Well, after chumming that backhand volley, he must feel so good that he won that point.
Advantage Lendl.
Just solidifies your point, Mary. The people are pulling for Ivan Lendl.
Talk about an upset, you know? It's about time. He got this kind of support.
Game to Lendl. 3-all in the 5th.
3 games all.
Lendl at home at the Open. This U.S. Open history in the last 10 years. The champion 3 times, the runner-up 5 times. Semi-finalist once, quarterfinalist once. Foot fault.
Thank you. Quiet, please.
Not uncommon with Stefan Edberg. He often gets called, but it just lets you know how quickly he wants to get to the net. Lendl's been returning great.
Log 15.
Lendl steps around the backhand. See, slid early and really hit that very cleanly.
He's so tall, Lendl, and so strong up above. He can handle that high kick better than most.
Particularly on the forehand. He doesn't like it on the backhand as much. Here is the Edberg serve. Well, we're going to look at the last point first. Here is Edberg's feet. His back foot's where he gets him in trouble. Sometimes he brings that back foot through a little too far and he puts it on the line as he hits the ball. Why didn't just stand back another 2 or 3 inches and he could forget it.
Well, that high kicking serve isn't one of the heaviest on the tour, but because it's got that nice high kick and he throws himself into the court, his first volley is always very close to the net.
You can tell who likes to go to the net. 164 to 46. There was a time for Lendl when it was 4 instead of 46.
At 46 is a lot for Lendl.
Yeah, I used to go up there to shake hands at the end of a match. It was about the only time he'd go up there. This is the type of thing that Lendl has not been able to do at Wimbledon on grass, the clean returns. Here he puts constant pressure on the server. He gets the true bounce here, good footing, and he's much more confident on the returns.
Well, he's had clusters of double faults throughout this match. That's his 8th.
And this is a break point for Lendl.
Tony Picard and Edberg have been spending the last 3 weeks working on the rhythm of his serve. He's been very erratic with it, very patchy with it all year, Tony.
Yeah, I think he gets in trouble with the height of his toss. He gets the body out there in front and has to wait for the ball sometimes.
Game to Lendl.
Lendl leads 4-3.
We'll be back at the U.S. Open after this word from your local station.
CBS Sports coverage of the United States Open Tennis Championships is sponsored by Merrill Lynch. We're bullish on the future. OS2, the new IBM operating system that makes the most of your computer. And by Diet Coke, the official soft drink of the U.S. Open.
Ivan Lendl just served an ace. He leads 4-3. That's his 10th ace of this match, which began yesterday.
Went into this morning.
And then continued till this afternoon.
Coach Roach in the white cap, Lendl's coach, and wife Samantha. Got 3 kids now.
She looks more intense now than she did before they were married. She really takes these things to heart, which is normal.
Oh, this would be the biggest win Ivan Lendl has scored in such a long time. When Connors lost to Ivan Lendl in the second round here, very gracelessly said afterwards that this man has lost. He said his game isn't even close to what it was 8 years ago. He's bunting the ball back. And then a young American upstart who Lendl beat a round later said the same thing. This guy's not nearly the same. Chuck Adams, who had never even played Lendl before. That's what aggravated Lendl. Said, no, he's not the same guy. Then when Ivan Lendl beat Boris Becker afterwards, he jokingly said after the match, someone said, well, how do you think Boris played? It was over 5 hours long. He said, oh, he's not the same guy. He was just bunting the ball back.
I checked in the rule book, and I didn't read anything that said you had to hit it hard.
That's right, boy.
When Arthur Ashe beat Jimmy Connors at Wimbledon, I think 75, he did that little chip soft stuff and got it down at Jimmy's feet.
It's a good tactic.
Sure, it worked. It's hard to complain about.
30 all.
Double fault number 4. That was really long. 30-40.
Again, trying to go for a big second serve to keep Edberg from attacking. Annette Edberg nervously looking on. The bugaboo of the Edberg forehand as he gets that elbow away from the body. It flies away, and then he's almost hits it with a straight arm. And it's been his weaker ground stroke his entire career.
Advantage Lendl.
This takes some strength to bounce a backhand overhead up into the seats. Watch Lendl close. He made a good approach, keeps going in and snaps that racket head through the ball and bounces all the way up in the seats. Terrific shot under pressure there
by Edberg.
Yes, indeed. I mean, he's running out of time. He's got to get a service break back or this thing's going to be over.
This battle is so clearly defined at this point in the match. I mean, we know just what has to happen.
Just depends on who's going to make the shots.
Let's see you execute.
Again, that simple volley set up by the very deep, powerful approach shot. Isolate on Lendl. Watch him. He makes the forehand, and watch him keep on closing in. He wants to get this ball high near the net. He takes one little shuffle step. Look where he is. Go to the ball. Don't wait for it to come to you. Just a perfect play by Lendl.
Deuce number 3.
Advantage Lendl.
114 miles an hour.
And it's a heavy serve. It's got a lot of weight to it. Speaking of approach shots, this one hit just inches inside the baseline, and Lendl still almost made the shot.
Deuce again.
This is the kind of stuff you expect from two of the top players in the world. A lot of experience under tremendous pressure.
Advantage Edberg.
Very alert by Edberg as he gets to break point, because normally Lendl goes down the line in this situation. He went cross court and Edberg was there.
Edberg.
Four all.
4-all.
Fifth set. And Mary was saying a minute ago how even this series is between the two. 13 apiece.
And that was just a few weeks ago when they played in New Haven, and it went the distance.
Thank you. Quiet, please.
Stefan Edberg serving at 4-all.
You got to figure that on this surface, Edberg's game is more suited to winning. He's in better position on the court to finish points.
Although they do say this court is pretty slow. They've slowed it down on purpose because people like to see a few more rallies.
From way behind the baseline.
15-all.
15-all.
Michael Chang, Jim Courier, their baseliners there in the semis. Pete Sampras, more like the server. Very fair surface, this one. It rewards that kind of aggression. It rewards Ivan Lendl's kind of aggression from the baseline and defense, of course. But positionally, if you're at the net as many times as Edberg, and if you're as good a volleyer as he, it'll pay off. More than 3 times the trips to the net as his opponent. That should count for something, you'd think, on a hard court.
All. Edberg seems to watch the ball when he volleys so well.
Yeah, if that one had a little more heat on it, he probably wouldn't have missed the volley. It was sort of a chip reply by Lendl. Didn't have a lot of force coming at him, and I think that's why part of the reason why he missed the volley. If he just had to poke his racket at it, he probably would have made that easily. Unbelievable, huh? He goes from a slice backhand to a huge topspin.
Right. Edberg elected to let it go. It was high enough. See, he comes from below it, up over the top. Edberg certainly had a play on the ball, but he thought it was going to go long. Break point.
Edberg continues to play to the Lendl backhand, which is the way to go, of course. His forehand's his bigger shot.
Doesn't mean the backhand's bad, does
No,
it? It's just the weaker of the two, or not quite as effective.
Not too much bad about either one.
No.
Advantage Edberg. Edberg leads 5-4. Please along the back of the courts.
And New York Harbor. And another highlight as we begin our final weekend of the U.S. Open in the stadium. Lendl and Edberg, the completion of a match that began last night. Twice suspended by rain. Love.
Edberg on the attack. Short ball. He didn't get it real deep. It was deep enough, and he was able to blanket the net. I want to show you the Edberg forehand. See where his forearms way away from the body, elbow? That's what gives him trouble from time to time. It's sort of that flying elbow. Most people with the good forehands have that elbow tucked in when they take the racket back.
Something that good golfers fight a lot.
Miller Barber got away with, didn't he, for all those years?
Notice I said good.
One of very few unforced errors. This match has been remarkably clean from both players, but a big opportunity blown by Edberg. Lendl had given up the short ball, and he had a chance, but Edberg does better against pace than against those floaters, because then he's got to create his swing more. But both players hitting the ball so hard and so cleanly that there have been very few unforced errors and a lot of winners. That's a forced error in my book. That's not unforced.
Oh, absolutely. Watch. You won't see where Lendl's volley lands here because we're going to stay on him. That low volley, it landed less than a foot from the baseline. Tremendous shot under those circumstances. And everybody says Lendl can't volley.
That's a phase he's worked very hard to improve.
A good example right there of what Mary was saying. Short preparation, use the speed of the serve. He doesn't have to make much of a forward motion on the forehand. Then he does it well. When he has to generate the pace himself and take a larger swing, that's when he has some problems occasionally.
Oh, man. All of a sudden, 2 game points have evaporated. And Ivan Lendl stands 2 points away from losing this match. He'd had a break point on Edberg's last game to go up 5-4, and Edberg served beautifully to his backhand side. Earlier in this set, he had a break. And now we're from 40-15 to deuce.
See Lendl smart. He's taking a little extra time to get his composure. The difficulty for Edberg here is he's running across the court to the sideline. Then he wants to attack. That takes you longer to get into position. Now the good topspin lob. He does a good job just to get it back in play, but he's a dead duck. When you're going to come in, you have to be coming forward. It's tough to go to the side one way or the other and then make your shot and get in.
Net.
Game to Lendl, and it's 5-all. Flushing Meadows, New York, the stadium jam-packed now at the USTA's National Tennis Center. The men's quarterfinal match. The winner to play Michael Chang.
Thank you. White, please.
That will lead us to Super Saturday tomorrow here on CBS. Edberg and Lendl.
What Coach Picard has been happy about with Stefan Edberg in the last few rounds is that even when he hasn't been playing well, he says his man has been battling well. He's competing better than he's playing at times. And again, I think it's his improved ground game. I mean, he's got somewhere else to go when his serve is failing him. He feels like he can do other things to stay in a match.
Thank you.
He really had to do that against Richard Krajicek to turn away that young Dutchman.
Yeah, he said afterwards,
5
I'm lucky to be in the tournament.
So is Van Lendl.
13, 15.
This is Lendl's favorite attempt on the backhand pass down the line. It was very close, just long.
Van Lendl had already held off, about 4 match points last night against Stefan Edberg. 2 of them were on second serve.
That's 4 aces for Edberg. 6-5 in the 5th. Edberg.
Edberg leads 6-5.
Back at the USTA's National Tennis Center in Flushing Meadows, New York. Lendl serving at 5-6 in the 5th.
Hoping to take it to a tiebreak. That could get exciting.
It's already exciting.
Sure is. Lendl's made 2 tremendous backhand attempts at passing shots. Really tremendous weight on the shot. That sets this up.
It's a great play of Ivan's because Edberg is so tight to the net that it robs him of time to react. Look at that. 109. That serve. his 11th ace, many more than Edberg, who's considered much more of a serve and volleyer. But what Edberg does so well is serve and volley. Doesn't go for the big serves as Lendl does.
The anticipation.
14-15.
They've played, this is the 27th time, I believe, and watch Edberg. He knows where to go. He waits. He's already started that way. He anticipated correctly, and then with a real good, firm wrist, got that ball down the line.
It's 40-15 now. Beautiful shot.
Another look at the Edberg forehand. And again, watch the arm, the elbow, and see how far away from the body is right here. See how far that elbow is away? He made that shot. Again, the arm is well away, and because there was pace on it, he handled that ball very nicely.
40-30. It got away from Ivan Lendl.
Edberg had a notion to come in on the previous shot off his forehand, but he was so deep in the court. I think he was wise to stay back.
Thank you. Thank you. Quiet, please.
Just great stuff. For the second time, he's been 2 points away from losing.
Advantage, Lendl.
David Markin, the past president of USTA, and Lendl's parents sitting behind them. That's class. That's what champions are all about, under pressure.
118-mile-an-hour firebomb. Get him out of trouble.
Tiebreak.
Six all. Final set tiebreak.
U.S. Open tiebreak record for Lendl.
Thank you.
21-10 overall, 0-3 this year. This is the only Grand Slam event, by the way, that ends in a fifth set tiebreak.
That's right. The Australian, French, and Wimbledon play it out.
Thank you.
In the final set, men's and women's.
Marion, fifth set tiebreaks in his career. Lendl's 2-3. He's 1-0 here at the U.S. Open. Beat Cash in '84. Edberg's 0-1. Lost 83 to Krickstein.
That 84 was the longest day, wasn't it?
The amazing thing is neither one of these guys has won a tiebreaker at this U.S. Open.
Boy, this is a gift to Edberg. This shot right here sets it up. This is an absolute gimme. The ball did jump into Lendl a little bit with a spin that Edberg had on it, but he would make that thing 9 out of 10 all day long.
I think Edberg fooled him at the net. He went there before he swung at it.
He might have. Made him peek a little bit.
Net, pull.
1-all.
Both these guys are so fit and so strong in the upper leg. They have such great balance. Even when they're maneuvering and changing directions, they both keep terrific balance, which really helps them a lot.
Lendl.
It's the first time in quite a while that Lendl's gone back into the forehand corner with his forehand. And once again, Edberg was covering the backhand side.
We've been talking so much about Edberg's courageous effort in trying to come back from behind. It's hard to come back from ahead, too. That can be nerve-wracking. This guy, Edberg, should have been off the court around 10 o'clock last night with a win in his pocket.
You can just watch this one and enjoy it.
At 2-all in a fifth set tiebreak, there's reason for romance.
Thank you. Quiet, please.
We know he's been kissing Annette, but we're used to that meaning his wife, Annette.
Oh.
Sorry.
Wow.
Tony, don't give me that look.
Just long.
3-all.
Players change ends.
At 3-all. The longest matches of the Open this year. Lendl in 3 of them. Edberg in 2 of them. And it's not over yet. They've been out there almost an hour to finish the set that began yesterday.
And the winner of this plays Michael Chang, and you don't blow Chang out real quickly either.
Again, feeling the pressure of the approach. Lendl with a big backhand miss hit. More miss than hit, that one.
He's got to take his eyes off the ball to miss hit it like that, because this is such a true surface. Unlike grass where you get some funny bounces, the bounce here is pretty darn true. long.
5-3 Edberg.
5-3 Edberg. Edberg.
3 match points now for Edberg. That's Annette. That's his wife, not the net. That was a huge point for Edberg, because even if Lendl wins his 2 points on serve, Edberg still gets a serve for the match. Well, that was a real big point.
Thank you. Quiet, please.
That's the best match I've seen in a while.
It ended so suddenly.
And Edberg, you can understand why he'd be so demonstrative. That was a very, very difficult match against a courageous warrior in Ivan Lendl. The applause is for Lendl. He's walking off the court.
Stefan Edberg, and let's go down to Tim Ryan.
Thank you, Pat. What a tension-filled effort that was. What a job for those two players to have to face today, coming out, having the night to think about what happened last night. And the men's semifinals are now set, and the top 4 seeds are in. Well, welcome, Stefan. I was saying as you sat down here, just standing out there courtside, the tension for a spectator was enormous. It looked like both players were very tense.
Yeah, it was an extraordinary match. As it turned out, what happened yesterday, what happened today, it was a heartbreaker. It really was. But you know, it came out well in the end.
Did you feel that the way it ended last night was better for you, because at that point you were starting to let's say, weaken a little bit? Ivan was coming on.
Well, it's really hard to tell. I mean, I had so many opportunities. Sure, yes, I had 2 sets to 1, 4-2, and a break. I had 4 match points. Incredible how we got out of them. And then we had the rain stop at 6-5, and then we came out and played another few games. Then I sort of was into it, and I slept well tonight. I mean, I would think maybe after, you know, a day like yesterday, you sort of think, geez, what's going on here? And I just laughed at it yesterday. That was the only thing I could do.
Well, it was great, thrilling stuff here today, and you're now through against another tough guy. I mean, this has got to be one of the toughest tournaments that you've ever had to play in. Is that fair to say? You've got Chang ahead, you get by him, you've still got either Sampras or Curry in the final.
It's very true, but it's what it's going to take nowadays to win a championships like US Open. You have to beat the best guys. There's no doubt about that. And Michael is a very great competitor, and you know, we've had some good matches, and you know, it should be another good one, I hope, tomorrow.
Right here last year, and of course in the French, those are 2 matches that must be indelibly etched in your memory. You win one, you lose the other. What are your thoughts about this one? What's changed about Michael Chang coming into this match tomorrow?
Well, I think he's had probably his best year, even the year he won the French Open. This has been more of a solid year for him. He played very well in the beginning of the year, and he's working very hard. He's using everything he's got, because you know, he hasn't got the greatest serve, but he's improved on that one. He's coming in a lot more now than he used to, and he's trying to do all the things to confuse you a little bit.
Well, it should be an exciting match, and we wish you the best of luck, and that was great excitement for all of us, and we congratulate Ivan Lendl, because he had to be the partner out there to provide that kind of tennis theater. Congratulations, Stefan.
Thank you.
Good luck the rest of the way, and we'll be back with more from the US Open in